good morning. So today is a beautiful day in France. We are leaving for the train station very soon, so we need to get some nutrition. So this is what I got, and this is not typical French cuisine. It's in fact Vietnamese and Filipino. So check this out, what I got in Paris, France. Oh yes, it is balut, steaming hot balut. And strangely enough, this balut is actually imported from Czech Republic. So I have no idea how they do that, but apparently there are people in Czech Republic preparing this dish and exporting it to France. And obviously this is supplied to the Asian community in France because I don't think any Western person would eat this. Okay, taste test. Okay, so this is made of chicken instead of the usual duck egg. Because I think it's widely available in Czech rather than duck eggs. So, so it's not like as big as a duck egg. So you can literally just eat it all in one bite. And because it's an embro, it tastes exactly like the duck egg balut. And yeah, here's one more view of it. I think this one is maybe about 10 to 14 days. So you can still see the egg white, and that's the egg yolk. Oops, I think I squirted some of the intestines out. So this is really Fear Factor Paris edition. No sauce needed, although I would prefer it with a bit of soya sauce, but still tasty nonetheless. So that's a quick and relatively cheap breakfast in Paris, France. So later, we'll be going to the train station. I'm just doing my last minute packing right now, and we're going to be off in about 5 minutes, so come along. Okay, so we're finally getting out of this crazy Airbnb. So what I suspect is that these are actually dilapidated hotels that probably didn't survive the pandemic, and probably like private investors came and bought the entire hotel. That's why it's already been segregated into different rooms, and right now they're just running an Airbnb business. So that could have happened, I'm not sure, but seems to be the case. As you can see from the lobby, it actually resembles a hotel. I'm not sure. So we're gonna get an Uber now to the train station. Leaves at 12:20. Right now it's about 11:20. Should be about 10-15 minutes before we get there. So bring you guys along the journey, and goodbye to Paris. Okay, so while waiting for the Uber, you can see that the cars here have been covered with a red clay or red kind of mud, as you can see. So this is not because the people here don't maintain their cars, but there was a sandstorm in the Sahara Desert just a couple of days ago, and all the dust flew over this end. So my buddy who is in Switzerland right now, Lenny, he was actually skiing to one part of the slopes being red in color and one part of the Swiss Alps being white color. So one part was covered in like a clayish kind of dirt and the other part wasn't. So very interesting, like geography and environmental science that we can actually learn on our journeys as well. So waiting for the Uber now, and good weather in Paris today. Still pretty cloudy though, so even if we have stayed one more day, we probably wouldn't get any pictures or videos that are brighter because of the cloudy conditions. Okay, now at the Paris train station, and we are at platform D. So this is how the train station looks like. So when traveling in most of the EU, the face mask is still mandatory, right? Even though they have no mask policy outside, but when traveling, they're pretty strict about the wearing of the mask. Okay, so halfway through, we have to transit at the Lyon train station to Geneva. And as you can see, it's a really busy train station here in Lyon, because there are many trains that go to many different other cities in France and out of France. So we're now going to find our transit platform and get to Geneva hopefully on time. So this is really hilarious. So it's a free seating system to get to Geneva. and we managed to get ourselves this I would say a preferred seat. As you can see, we have actually a table and we have a bunch of food. Okay, so about 1 hour into the journey, we're almost reaching the Swiss border already, and you can see the terrain actually changes quite a fair bit when you pass through countryside France. And right now there are like a lot of mountain ranges just outside. However, the window is a little bit dirty, and if you can see through the windows, it's actually a lot of mountain ranges. So I believe we're going to pass through and hit Geneva really soon. So hopefully another just maybe about 40 minutes to an hour to go, and we should be in Switzerland very soon. It's a pity that the windows are not clean. But yep, you can make through the foggy windows that it's a really nice view nonetheless. And that's it. See you guys in Switzerland. Okay, so we've just arrived from the train station to Geneva, and now we are moving off to pick up our rental car. So far so good. I think Switzerland is pretty like an old country as well. the train stations and all that, they look really dated, but I guess it's been here for like hundreds of years, so we'll see what the nature brings. Okay, so we just got out from the train station, so only the train station looks dated. Everything else moving forward so far looks pretty much modern. Okay, so we're moving off to find the rental car company. We've already booked it, and it's probably like the most economical way to travel in Switzerland, because the public transport and the taxis here, it costs a bomb. So yep, renting a car, if you know how to drive on the other side of the road, would make perfect sense. Okay, so this is just outside the subway. Okay, so with a very low budget, we only managed to rent this car. So this car is gonna drive us up to all our adventures. That's right, €2 a day. Okay, so we've got our rental car. This costs about €200 for the next 3 days. Technically it's just 48 hours. We pick it up in Geneva and we're gonna return it at Zurich airport. And here we go. Okay, so about 5 minutes of driving, I realized that wow, Geneva is very beautiful. So they have this little coastal area down here where people are walking, and there's a bunch of like residential units that's just built upon the hill. And of course, with every European city, you will see, you guessed it, nice buildings. So you can't escape nice buildings everywhere you go in Europe. They'll all look very historical in terms of the looks, but it's like a classic look that never goes out of style. So all in all, it's a very nice city, and it's a lot more quiet than Paris. I think there's the traffic is not as hustling and bustling as in Paris. So far so good. And we're driving out of the city today. We're going to drive for about 250 kilometers to our destination. And of course, in this 200 kilometers, we are definitely going to take in the sight, sounds, and perhaps we can stop by for a little photo or a little vlogging opportunity. So catch you guys then. Okay, so up ahead we have the Swiss mountains up there. If you can see, they're basically snow-capped and really lovely. And I think we're approaching it as we drive along the way. It's just barely visible in the skyline right now, but it looks absolutely amazing in real life. So really enjoying this car ride right now. So about 1 hour into the drive, we're actually now in a tunnel like this, and this tunnel actually cuts through a mountain, which means we're actually bulldozing through a mountain right now. So the only other time that I've ever went through a mountain like this was in Yunnan, China. It's very seldom for a city person like myself to get the chance to actually experience these sorts of mountain tunnels, especially where I'm from. There are no mountains. Okay, 250 kilometers later, we are near the hotel, but we're stopping by the supermarket first. And oh my god, this is like my first breath of air since I came from the railway station. And the air here is different. I wish I could bottle it and bring some back to Singapore. So good. So I have finally arrived in the hotel room, and this is what 150 euros gets you in Switzerland. Ta-da! It's pretty decent. Size-wise, it's really decent. Okay, toilet is very dated. I haven't seen these toilets since I was studying in Australia 20 years ago. Oh my god. But it's really well maintained, and it has a balcony as well. Oh wow, ding ding. Okay, so I'm sure the views are gonna be awesome tomorrow morning. Okay, and there are just some neighbors as well sitting in the balcony, and it's gonna be a lovely view tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm gonna show you guys our supermarket haul. Oh wait, we have a double frontage. Okay, so this one here is the view of the mountain. We'll probably see it tomorrow as well. So for 150 euros, I think this is actually very worth it for Switzerland, by Switzerland standards. So I'm going to show you guys the shopping haul from our supermarket now. So here's a tip in order for you guys to save costs. So because we are driving, we actually pit stop over at the supermarket before coming to the hotel. And this is what we got for 15 euros, okay, or 15 Swiss francs. The exchange rate is exactly the same. Okay, so we got a freaking big ½ kilo punnet of strawberries, and you can look at those strawberries. Look at how big those strawberries are. Let me just take one out and show you guys. Oh my god, check out how big this strawberry is. Boom! Holy cow! And this only costs about like 4 euros. For the rest of the 11 euros, we got the house brand of Pringles, so it's like fake Pringles. We got discounted ham, which they're trying to clear off at 25% off. We got a Swiss cheese, got a box of olives, got a box of pasta, a chocolate bar, a big chocolate bar, and 2 pastries. So that's all for like 15 euros. So did I do well at the supermarket department? I think I did a good job. So that's going to be our dinner. We have some bread left over from Paris as well. So very budget dinner, but hey, who's complaining when you get such a good deal? Okay, here's a taste test of the ginormous strawberries that we just bought. It's super big. I don't think I can finish this in one mouthful. Super fresh and sweet, and you cannot finish it in one mouthful. That's how big this strawberry is. Good. Okay, so next we're gonna eat the leftover Paris bread with the pâté, and this is the pâté that we got. And then we're gonna put a slice of ham on it as well. Hey, where's my cheese?
Right.
I'm gonna put some cheese cubes inside as well. And for me, actually, I got the olives, but maybe I think too much already. So I think I'll just put the cheese in, can I? 5. Okay. So we got pâté, the ham, and the cheese. Okay, so this is not approved by any chef, but this is a real budget meal. The only reason why this tastes so good is because it's so cheap. Okay, so next is the pasta with the... I mixed it in with the olives and the cheese and the ham. Oh, this is so good as well. So I no need to do a taste test. I know it's gonna be good. Gonna enjoy this mini dinner here right now. Okay, last taste test for the day. This is the pastry we got. It only cost like 0.49 euros, so like under $1 Sing. Custard roll. Very good. So that's like I thought it was cheese inside. So we didn't know whether it was savory or was it sweet. So now we know. It's actually like a custard roll. Pastry wise, it's kind of like a croissant, 4.49 euros. Damn good deal. Anyway, we're gonna call it a night today because tomorrow we have a long day ahead of us in Switzerland. We're going paragliding if the weather allows, and we're going hiking as well if the weather allows again, because tomorrow's forecast is not so good. It's like 30-40% rain, so not too sure if it's going to disrupt our plans, but nonetheless, it has been an awesome experience in Switzerland. Views, I'm going to show you guys tomorrow morning because it's too dark right now. But yep, we're going to have a good rest tonight, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for a full day of fun.